Yo, what is up? How you doing? We are back at it again with another build video. Today we're covering Switch Axe from MR1 to MR3. All rarity 8 pieces with a rarity 7 talisman. So let's jump right into it. For this build you will have seven crit eye, up to 5 attack boosts, 3 crit boosts, 3 weakness exploit, 3 power prolonger, which is optional, mind you, 3 rapid morph, which is essential, and just a bunch of miscellaneous slots and skills for whatever you want. The armor and weapons I'm using is the bone weapon. This is the bone rarity 8 weapon right here. It doesn't really matter what weapon you're using. It's preferred to have a 2 slot so you can fit in more skulls. That's pretty much all that's essential at this point. The Almudron helmet has 2 rapid morph, 1 power prolonger, and 2 level 2 slots. Nargacuga coil has 2 crit eye, 1 evade window, level 3 and 1 slot. Barrier gloves. I was actually wondering what I should use for gloves, and there's not really that many good options. The Barrier gloves give you just a bunch of free skills, along with a slot you can put in a rapid morph. Ingot coil, this is an optional piece as well, has 2 power prolonger, 1 attack boost, level 3 slot, and everyone's favorite ingot greaves, 2 attack, 2 crit eye, level 1 slots. Talisman I'm using is same old crappy talisman, which is the level 3 and level 2 slot, and you will need 3 weakness exploit, 3 crit boost, and probably a few crit eye and maybe attack if you don't have them, so make sure you farm those up in base game. If you wanted to, you could swap out to the ingot coil for something more offensive, and if you had a better talisman, you can squeeze in another skill as well. So you could have up to 5 attack for this build if you have a better talisman, and if you are willing to drop power prolonger. Power prolonger is strictly optional, but with how much easier it is to technically charge up your sword, you probably don't need it. When you hit MR4, you'll have access to new switch skills, and one of the switch skills is a counter move. That lets you basically instant charge your sword. So you counter, full charge, and you're good to go. Need for focus for charging your sword faster is completely pointless. Even if you have the free slots, they're better used for something else like Wirebug Whisperer or just more attack. So I highly recommend you use this switch skill when you get it. So yeah, no focus needed at all. So don't even worry about that if you're wondering where it's at. Alternatively, if you don't want to use this build, I did make another build that you may recognize from a base game. I wonder if anybody can guess. Nargacuga Great Axe, or Switch Axe. Nargacuga Switch Axe is, the rarity 8 version is pretty solid. And it's almost identical to the rarity 6, rarity 7 version from base game. The only difference in this build is that I'm using the Barith Mail, and that's because you don't need as much affinity. So the Barith Mail has attack on it, so, and also has muck resistance, which is whatever. But you end up having 60% base affinity, and this isn't even including the 10% max might you're getting from the Barith hands. So you end up being overcapped. And believe me, I wish I could remove some of this affinity, but you really can't. So you kind of just have to deal with it, but it's not too bad. You know, can't complain. It just means you don't have to focus on weak points as much with all this extra affinity. So also, which also means you get to keep the power prolonger, by the way. Since you're already about to be maxed on attack, depending on if you have like a better talisman. Like if you have a better talisman, you'll instantly have 7 attack. If you don't want the power prolonger, you can fit in more affinity and have the 7 attack as well. But I recommend just keeping the power prolonger, and hopefully if you have a better talisman, you can squeeze in the 7 attack. Keep in mind with these early builds that I've been showing off these last few videos, that as you get rarity 9 pieces, your build will become slowly more optimized. It will become more and more optimized as you unlock 39 pieces. So, I'll be covering those builds towards the end of the week. Builds using already 9 pieces. I'm not completely at endgame yet. I haven't unlocked everything, but hopefully by the end of today, I will have unlocked everything. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me how bad my build is. And we're almost at 4K subs, so we got there. That make me happy. If you're into that kind of thing. Also, you can find me at twitch.tv/Ramaz05, where I stream every single day if you want to see me kart in action. So that's it. I will see you guys in the next build video tomorrow. I'll be covering Instaglaive and Dual Blades probably. So until next time, bye-bye and good night.